Doing? How's everyone doing? I gotta make my own beat. How's everyone doing, man? What's going on? What's going on? You already know. Let's talk about it. I'm trying to get the light real good. I gotta put my face in here. Nah, but welcome. Wipe your feet on the rug. It's filled with love again. We're back at it again. Thursday. Oh my gosh, Thursday came so quickly. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Miami NWA. Jose, what's going on? The Lucky Libra. How y'all doing, man? Could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. Listen, you already know we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive deep. We're not playing no games, all right? But no, this is going to be impactful, very impactful, being that, you know, it's a lot to be said. It's a lot to be said, all right? It's a lot to be said. All right, it's a lot to be said, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the topic. As you already know, man, as you already know, the TikTok ban, we're going to dive deep into what it really means, what they talking about. First quarter, I like to give love to everybody who's here, man, everybody who support. I'm just so happy and blessed, and I hope everybody out there is in a state of peace, in a state of happiness, in a state of blessings. Blessings are always coming your way, you know, no matter what. All we do, you know, we just try to be better. Each and every day, we ask for forgiveness. You know, we seek the love from the Most High. We seek His blessings. We seek His help always. And we just push forward. We push forward no matter what. No doubt about it. I mean, what's most important is, you know, we got family, man. We got ourselves. We got family. And, oh, it's about to fall. And what we have learned throughout the years, man, nobody can take that away from us, right? Nobody can take that away from us. I mean, they can take away a... What's wrong with this, man? They can take away a book. Okay, there you go. Stand straight, man. They can take away a book. You know, they can take away a TV show. They can take away whatever they want, man. But whatever you've acquired up here, they can't take that away no matter where you go, no matter where you placed that. We're just so happy and blessed we have family. And I know around this time, we're with our families. We're loving our families. You know, some people have a bigger family than others. Just be grateful for what we got. We're grateful for what we got because we all been through something, man. We all been through something. We all been at rock bottom, and we'll never forget us being at rock bottom. And look where we at now, right? Look where we at now. So let's get it started. Our sponsors, we want to give a shout out to them. No doubt about it. Pax Market Culture Club, BB Tax Connection, Zoe Life University, Jacques Sabine. You know what I'm saying? The real Johnny Jazz. We want to give shout out to these people, man. So definitely let's talk about it. It's 6:04, 6:05. Let's talk about it. And again, I'm not talking to myself, people. Let's give some feedback, right? Let's talk about it. Let's get deep into it and let's see what's up. So, you know, the news of this week, one of the news is for this week. There's always some news going on. But TikTok has been banned, right? So, listen, hey, when they say TikTok was banned, right? So when they say TikTok was banned, I'm like, okay, so like I heard TikTok was banned. I'm like, okay, good. The first thing I said, you know, after thinking about it for like 60 seconds, 1 minute, the first thing I said was that, hey, good, because they raising our kids. And that's broad, but let me say it right. Okay, I was like, that's good because TikTok is taking over the minds of our kids because our kids let them, because we let them, because our kids need guidance, because, you know, TikTok is entertainment. In United States, it's entertainment based in United States. Listen to the key word, in United States. In United States, though. So, again, we know TikTok, man, is a China app. It's China. China control the algorithms. China controls the app. It was born and raised, and it's from China. So China control all that. So the reason why they banned it, now, how is it banned? It's not totally banned. It's not totally banned, right? But it is banned from all government devices. So that's what it's banned from. All the government, which means police, senators, anything like that. Anybody who works for the government is banned from being on their device. They can't have it on their device. All right. So on a telephone, they can't have it. Why? Because the government can control what the government sees. You know, like we're individual people. No one can like control what we see on our phone because we buy the phone, we pay for the phone. And as you know, the phone is like they can't. The phone can't even be used in the law, right? So if we turn the app, if the police turn to Apple and say, Apple, give me the information, Apple cannot and won't do that. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm just saying is the phone is for us, right? The phone is just like your home. You have to give permission to let people in. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get permission to let people in to your home. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with the phone. You got to give people permission to let people into your phone. So it's a China-based thing. The government say, hey, anybody who works for the government or have a government device cannot put it on their phone. That says a lot. You know what I mean? That says that, hey, if you're working for the government, we don't want you doing anything else. Or we don't want you being distracted from this TikTok. We don't want you making TikTok videos. We don't want you looking at TikTok videos. But what the big deal is, and what really made the House, ban it, was because of a fear of national security. They fear that China would get all the information, or a lot of information from United States from this TikTok. So this TikTok will give a lot of information over to China, being that China owns it. And so they were, that with that being said, they were like, hey, we need a push to kind of ban this or regulate it or do something about it, not just let it because it's a national security. Now, it doesn't do anything to help national security, but it does something to kind of like prevent anything bad happening to national security, because they don't want all this information going back to China, no matter what information it is. People put out a lot of information, and with the wrong information, it's a threat to national security. And how we gonna look like with China get a hold of this from what? Where did China get a hold from? Where did China get from TikTok? You got to be kidding me, because TikTok is around. Now I just want to give out some facts, right? So 2022. So the year 2022, the most downloaded app in 2022, TikTok was the most downloaded app. Number 2 is Instagram, and number 3 is Facebook. The most downloaded app is TikTok. Hey, so what people spend most of their time on in 2002? What people spent most of their time on in 2002? Number 1, TikTok. Number 2, YouTube. And monthly active users. So now we're going to this category of monthly active users. We have number 1, Facebook, 2, WhatsApp, 3, Instagram, and 4, Facebook Messenger, 5, TikTok, and 6, Amazon, right? So that's the most monthly active users. It's a big deal, this TikTok, man. So the TikTok is a big deal. So if we didn't know what's going on in finance, just to throw in some finance in there, if we didn't know what's going on in finance, 1.7 trillion omnibus bill was passed, which means that the government has $1.7 trillion that they have to spend, or that they can and will and have to spend. Spend it on what? I thought you never asked. Spend it on whatever. They're going to spend it on a whole bunch of dumb stuff too. Just because they need to spend it. They're in a position where they need to spend this $1.7 trillion omnibus. However, look out for a whole bunch of government contracts. Look out for a whole bunch of grants. And you heard it here first. Look out for a whole bunch of government contracts. And look out for a whole bunch of grants. Why? Because these things are from the government. They got to let this money loose, man. They got to let this money loose. If you didn't know, a lot of times, or every time where they get a big check, whether it's, some money goes to school, some money goes to, whatever it goes to, educate, things like that. Well, they get money every year too, and they got to spend it. They got to spend it. And they got to spend it because if they do not spend it, then they won't get more. So for instance, if they get $1.2 billion for them that they have to spend, best believe they're going to spend all of that. They're going to try to spend all of that because next year they want to get that same amount or even more. But if that quota is not met, then they won't get as much as they already got. That's how the thing works, man. That's how them things work, man. That's how it go. They got to spend that money. So that 1.7 trillion omnibus bill, there is a whole lot of money gonna be spending this, and it was pushed by Biden, man. A whole lot of money gonna be spending. So again, I'm letting you know, look out for government contracts and look out for a whole bunch of grants, because they got to spend this 1.7 trillion omnibus that just was passed this week. Ooh, woo! Look out, man. I'm telling you, I learned about this government contract, and it just couldn't come at a better time to really enforce and go and search these government contracts. You know the government is paying when you get these contracts. But again, man, you know where to find me, JF Investments. You know, holla at me. You want to know more about what to look for in these government contracts, man. I'm telling you, these government contracts, they got, you know, your city has contracts from the government as well. And then you go, boy, you're going to have to holler at me. Then you go, there is government contracts as well. Again, I'm going to say it again one last time. With this 1.7 trillion omnibus bill that's been passed, the government got to spend that money, and they will. They got to spend it, and they will. So look out again for them government contracts. Look out for them grants. Look out for them grants. There is money out here. 1.7 trillion. There's money. There's money. There's money. There's opportunity. Where there's money, there's opportunity. Where there's opportunity, there's money. We all can eat. I'm telling you, we all can eat. How are you doing, Hadasha? How are you doing? So again, you know, just to recap, hey, TikTok is not totally banned, but it is banned from all government devices. We all seen police officers putting out TikToks, police officers on TikTok. You better believe they are on TikTok strolling. So basically with a bill passing, the government saying that they listen, we don't want any government officials to be on TikTok. One, it's three things. One, we don't want your time to be spent on TikTok, right? Whether it's flipping, surfing. Two, we don't want you to be putting out anything on TikTok at all, period, right? And then three, we don't want no information to be leaked and linked back to China. Remember, TikTok is a China app. So the government is saying that we don't want nothing to be leaked back from the government itself. Why? Because the government can control what is for the government. If this is a government phone, the government has a say-so on what to be put on there, what not to be put on there, right? If we have a personal phone, nobody can say what to put on our personal phone, right? And even if the government wants to come to Apple and say, Apple, hey, Apple, give me this information to this person. Apple cannot and will not. Just like your home is sacred, right? So again, it's China based. And then so what we want to talk about, you know, is that it's a potential risk, right? It's a potential risk to China. It's a potential risk, to our national security, right? And then look at here. United States uses it as entertainment, but China's not using it for that, people. China's not using this TikTok for playing games. China's not using this TikTok for playing games. China is super far ahead of us. And that is without no exaggeration, without no playing, without no jokey joke. China is super ahead of us. Super ahead of us. So while we're over here playing games on this TikTok, they're over here doing educational things on this TikTok. They're allowing this TikTok to advance them. You know, they're not using it as no entertainment in the game. And that's the difference between us and China. One of the differences, you know. So again, China can be trying to infiltrate. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying the possibilities. They can be gathering. They are. I mean, it's for them. You think they're not gathering information from the U.S.? This is a China-based app. You think they're not gathering information from the U.S.? Then you think they're not seeing what we're doing? You think they're not laughing at us? You think they're not laughing? They're not laughing with us. They're laughing at us. Why? Because we're using TikTok like a game. We're using TikTok for pure entertainment, while they are not. They ain't playing no games with this TikTok, man. And again, so that's the deal. National intelligence operations. They're being careful. And then the data of Americans. All data of Americans they could be pulling. Listen. We are doing nothing but putting data. We're putting data out for China. Every time we use this app, they control the algorithms. They control what's going. They control the algorithm. They control what you and I see. If they control the algorithms, people, then they control what you and I see. Whatever when we turn on that TikTok app, we don't have control of what we see unless we press that search button and we search for something specific. But as it comes up on our phone, they're in control of it. They see what we like. If it's fitness, then they're going to put some fitness things on there. If it's food, they're going to put some food things on there. But they're going to mix it up. If something is going viral, they're going to show us what's most viral. They're in control of that. So again, they are gathering data always. You think they're not gathering data from America? Okay, good, quick question. Do you think the American will shut it down? It's highly, only time will tell. Only time will tell. For right now, it's highly unlikely for right now, or even for next year. It's highly unlikely. Yeah. And I'm gonna get into that where it's not used anymore, but it's highly unlikely for the near future that it will be totally shut down. For many reasons, but they're starting somewhere, and what they're starting somewhere means they see and they're aware. I mean, a lot of times it's national, like when you talk about national security, it's like knowledge that they don't want the media, or they don't want the masses to know, but they know. But now that it's out there and it's went through the Supreme Court and everything like that, now everyone is aware. So now, as you can just imagine, if it's secluded, if it's in one place secluded, they know, but they don't want everyone to know. They don't want everybody to be in fear. Remember, that's all news is, just to get you scared, right? Or to prevent you from going to your full potential because you're scared. All right, and that's a whole nother subject. Well, you remember all it is negativity on local news, negativity on world news, right? To prevent or keep you in line. If I'm scared of these robbers, what these robbers are doing, then I won't go to this certain place, right? If I'm scared of what these robbers are doing in a restaurant, then I won't go out to eat at night frequently. So it's all to prevent you from doing certain things, right? So with that being said, anyway, what I'm saying is, or what we're saying is that if it's unknown, it's known, but they don't want the masses to know about it. But now that TikTok passed through a bill, now everyone knows it. So with that being said, the whole world is aware, and I think that's a step. I know that is a first step on it can be totally banned. That's a first step, because if it's, again, I'm saying it again, I'll say it one last time, if it's secluded from everyone's knowledge, then that's like one step, right? A second step is that now it's broadcast. Now everyone knows, and now the third step is that they can go even further to ban it now, because now everyone knows, right? So the steps are being taken. The steps are there. Will it be totally banned? Only time will tell, and just because businesses are being used on it doesn't mean anything. Remember, this is China we're talking about. It's a China app. So, let's just say, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it can ever happen. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, for instance, we are in bad standings with China, or just say, for instance, we go to war, or just a mini war with China. Now, remember, the Apple phone has had a huge decline. And when I read it, I took it lightly, but it has a tremendously huge decline on the shipments that it was shipping since last year. Huge decline. Apple has taken $1 billion loss because 98% of Apple phones are made in China. I'm going to say that again. It's unbelievable. And it's unbelievable when you hear it. But 98% of Apple phones are made in China. And the whole 2% is not in U.S. All right. The whole 2%, the sense that's left, is not in U.S. So China has a big part of what we do. And listen, 98% of Apple phones, the best phone in the United States, and the most popular phone in the United States, is not even being made in the U.S. What does that say about China? China is quadruple years ahead of us. Love it or leave it. I'm sorry to say. It is the truth. I don't care if you don't want to hear it. It's facts. China is totally ahead of us. So ahead of us they are that they are not even using currency, paper money anymore. They are not even using currency paper anymore. They're done with that. The yen, the yen is almost obsolete. Only maybe in rural areas it can be spun or even found. Listen, they are years ahead of us. Think it's a game. That's why it's great that we're having these conversations. That's why it's great we're talking about these things. That's why it's great we're bringing it to the forefront. That's why information and knowledge is always good. Now, being that someone doesn't use TikTok, is it advantageous to them, or is it disadvantageous to them for not using TikTok? Now, again, social media, it depends what you're using it for. Like, social media is a way to is a way of advertising, right? Don't get me wrong, and don't get yourself wrong neither. Traditional advertisement is not lost. Getting on foot and giving out flyers and giving out brochures and stapling them on a wall, stapling them on poles is not out of whack. No, it may be in some people's eyes old-fashioned, but it works still. Imagine you going to a stadium and you passing out flyers in the stadium. Imagine you passing out flyers in a stadium with the logo of the team on there. When they look at it, it's your business, but you just put the team logo. You're allowing them to look at it. That was catching their attention. It's their team on there, but when they open it up, boom, it's filled with your information. That old school traditional way is not lost. Now we have a new school, which is social media. Now, you know, it's very good for business. It's very good for getting aware anyway. It doesn't even have to be business. Look what I'm using it for. Look what you're using it for, right? To transmit information. So depending on what you're using it for, the social media is there. It's great. It's the next generation way of advertising, whatever it may be. Advertising awareness, advertising knowledge, whether it's a health, wealth, whether it's fitness, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's business, whether it's finance, transmitting knowledge. Now, you know, you don't need to go to the library and look it up in an encyclopedia. No, you have it all here. You have it all here with the tip of your finger, just scrolling. You know, now I have it by the grace of the Most High. I have a 2-year-old son, and he knows that he knows the YouTube app. He doesn't know any other apps, what they mean, but he knows that YouTube app. All he does is presses it, and you should see him go. He knows the pause button. He knows the flipping up button, how to flip it and scroll. He knows how to bring up, when you, like, if you flip it on an iPhone, you'll bring up other selections on a box and you can scroll through the box while what you're looking at is still playing. He knows how to do that, and he'll just press another box. Boom, it pops up on the big screen. All in the square iPhone. Like, he knows this stuff. You know, he knows this stuff on this phone. It's the next generation. So anyways, what we're just saying is social media is the next step. Is it good? Yes. Is it bad? And that's what I want to get into. Is it negative? That's what I want to get into. Listen, I may be giving out information now, it may be all good, but I'm all about controversy. Oh, I love me some controversy. Yes, I do. And that's what we about to get into right now. 7:25, we about to get into the controversy, people. We about to get all papers aside. I don't need these papers no more. You know, I got some papers. I don't need all these papers no more. Nah. We about to get into some controversy right now. You know. So let the bullhorn go off. We about to get into it. Y'all already know me. We about to get into some controversy right now, people. Is TikTok good? Remember, I'm going to bring it back. The first thing I said when I heard TikTok was banned. Not knowing the ins and outs, because I think I just seen a commercial or whatever. I was like, good, because it's raising our children. Good, because it's raising our children. Whether our children is getting on it and allowing themselves to be raised in that way, or whether the parent is not doing anything or is not censoring, whatever the case may be, the kids are being raised by it. And you can't tell me nothing, and I probably can't tell you nothing, but There's been instances where, I don't like to put my people's business out there. But it's been instances where I say, hey, go do this. And I get a response like, I seen it on TikTok with such and such and such. Listen, if we want to talk about old school, if I would have told my mom TikTok said the opposite of what you're telling me to do, watch out, man. All right here, tomato paste. You feel what I'm saying? As it should be deserved. You know what I mean? So again, is it negative? It can be. It definitely can be. And I'm listen. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about YouTube, and we can just cipher on into what we talk. YouTube, we already know the YouTube. Oh, and let me give the status one more time. Let's bring these papers back. Let me give the numbers one more time. The most downloaded app. The most downloaded app in 2022. You guessed it. TikTok. The second most downloaded app in 2022. You already know. Instagram. The third most downloaded app in 2022. FB. Facebook. All right. And so now the most used or the most time spending app, the most app that people spend their time on, TikTok. 2022. Number 2, YouTube. All right. Number 2, YouTube. So again, like what I'm going to say is, what was YouTube used for? What was YouTube initially used for, right? What was it used for? What was it made for? It was made for how to do, how to use, how-tos. That was the commencement of it. The how-tos. That's where it derived from. The how-tos. We've got sidetracked from that because we understand now it's all about the money. It's all about the dollar bill, right? It's all about the dollar bill now. So now money needs to be made on this YouTube. Money needs to be made on this YouTube. So now they're allowing all kind of data. They're allowing all kind of messery. They're allowing all kind of fun and games. They're allowing all kind of people's lives. They're allowing all kind of documentaries. They're allowing so much on this YouTube because now you can make money on this YouTube and it's a source of information. But initially, it was the how-tos. So I think I think that's the positive thing about this TikTok. The positive thing about this YouTube is that it can be used for the how-tos. It can be used for educational purposes. And when I say educational purposes, I mean useful knowledge. I mean useful knowledge. Knowledge that will and can be used for everyday people. You hear what I'm telling you? That's what I think the great thing about these social media apps are and can be. But when we talking about, man, is getting into the wrong hands, the youth hands, the youthful minds, it can be a problem. And if we're not regulating all these youthful minds, then you better believe that TikTok is doing it. If I ever meet if TikTok was a person, boy, TikTok will be locked up. You heard me? And I'm sorry to say that. I don't even like to use that type of language. I really don't. But if TikTok was a person, boy, we'll all be at TikTok's throat. If TikTok was a person, man, we'll be censored. Our families and kids will be censored from this TikTok, man, because we don't know what TikTok gonna say. We don't know what TikTok is gonna produce. We don't know what TikTok is gonna put out. We just don't know. It's controlled by algorithms from China. It's controlled by what we watch the most, right? It's controlled by something that we don't have no control of unless we put in that search button. Unless we put in that search button and we tap the search and we tap some things specifically. But other than that, man, if TikTok was a person, man, TikTok would be a naked person running through the streets. We either put our heads down and don't look, or somebody gonna tackle him and put him where he need to be at, but he don't be running around loose and running around naked, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. So again, you already know it's all about controversy with me. The good thing about it is, again, is the how-tos. Is the how to do. The how-to. The educational purposes behind these social media content, behind the social media apps. That's the great thing. The negative thing, I'm telling you, is how it is raising the youth. Whether we allow the youth to be raised that way, or whether it's uncensored, that nobody's controlling these youth and the youth is taking it. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Again, I'm telling you, it's been instances where I tell this person, hey, go do this. They give me a response like, hey, YouTube says such and such. The opposite. I'm glad grandma on here, because we need some old school. We need some old school straightening. We need some old school straightening in the mind, man. Because listen, bottom line I'm saying, the government banned TikTok from all government devices. Again, for those who haven't been here, it's the last 30 minutes. I might wrap it up. I might not. I may talk a whole bunch. I might not. But the specifics is that the government banned TikTok from government devices, which means what? Which means that anybody who works for the government and has a government device cannot place TikTok on there. One, why? Why? One, because they don't want them spending their time on TikTok scrolling. You know, supposed to be doing government things. Two, they don't want them posting nothing on TikTok. This ain't no fun and game type stuff. Number three, they don't want nothing leaking back to China. It's a China app. China controls everything. It's a threat to national security. So Supreme Court say it's banned from all government. Imagine the government be releasing information. The own government. How did y'all get this? How did y'all get this, China? Oh, we got it from TikTok. We was in your living room. We was in your bedroom the whole time. We was in your backyard the whole time. We was down the street from you the whole time. Imagine that, man. So ban it, I say. Ban the damn thing, I say. Ban it. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be careful. That's all I'm saying, people. We got to be careful, man. Because right now, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling some type of way. I am feeling some type of way, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling some type of way. Every month, I feel like I'm a changed man because I want to do some change stuff. I want to go more and more. I want to go more and more hands-on with the youth, man. I want to do more. And I know with financial freedom, we all will be able to do that, man. That's why we working so hard and grinding so hard. And the kids don't know that. We're grinding harder. We're putting in long hours now. So we won't lose our best years, our late 40s, our mid 40s. We can be able to chill with the youth, and we can be able to chill with the kids, and we'll be able to educate the youth more. We'll be able to give more to the youth our time, so we won't lose our late years. You know what I'm saying? The 40s and beyond. That's why we're working so hard from 20 to 30. You know what I'm saying? From 30 to 40, we're working so hard. We doing it for the youth. They don't know that, man. But we doing it for them so we can make it cruise control and smooth sailing with our finances. Smooth control, cruise control. Man, who trying to retire at 60? Miss me with that, man. Nobody trying to retire at 60, man. We breaking the norm, man. We breaking the tradition. We ain't trying to retire at 60. 60 who? 60? I'm supposed to have been in 50 countries already, man, when I'm 60 years old, man. What are you talking about trying to retire at 60? We breaking that, man. That's no longer it. That's no longer it. You want to give me Social Security? Go on and give me Social Security, but guess what? I'm retiring early, man. You could kiss my behind. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk like that. I don't want to talk like that. I shouldn't talk like that. But I'm saying, we're working hard for the youth, man. We're working hard for us to be there for the youth, because when we get to a certain age, it's all about the youth, man. And I haven't got there yet, you know, but I know, speaking from the grandmas and seeing the grandmas and the granddads, that I know that when a certain age is reached, our minds are transitioned and we're trying to give it all to the youth. We're trying to dedicate our time to the youth. We're trying to dedicate our knowledge to the youth. We're trying to dedicate all that we have to the youth. And again, like I said, I haven't gotten there yet, ultimately, or you know, not 100%, but I know that's in the works. I know that'll come. I know that that mind transition will occur. I know that clock will tick like that. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. But again, you know, it's a threat to national security. So they're banning it for all government device. You know, question was asked earlier, will it be banned altogether? Not in the near future. It doesn't seem likely. But again, just by being broadcast to all of us. And remember, A lot of government knowledge, they don't even put it out there, right? A lot of government knowledge, they don't even put it out there. But being that they have put this one out, then have gone to measures, extreme measures like this from banning government devices, then it is possible. It definitely is possible for it to be banned altogether. It's not U.S. based. It's not U.S. based. So again, with that being said, the negative about it is that we need to put more time into our kids, because TikTok is there and the United States is using TikTok as entertainment. A lot of misinformation, a lot of misguidance. We don't want TikTok nor any other social media to be raising our kids, because that is another feat that is against them and against us, right? Back in the days, they didn't have that, where knowledge could be found from India, knowledge can be found from Australia. Anybody who gets on TikTok, a lot of times we don't know where they're from, but that knowledge is given no matter what, and it's just in the tip of our fingertips and a good internet service, and they got it. So with that being said, I'm not gonna hold us. We love you all. Listen, be aware of TikTok, and the moral of this all is that be more involved in the youth. I'm serious, and I'm talking to myself as well. Let's be more involved in the youth. Let's be there for the youth. Let's bring awareness to the youth. Books are still relevant. Let's pick up a book, man. How-tos should be used from these social medias websites. Good information, useful, impactful information should be gathered. Anything and almost everything should be second guessed and second research. That's what analysts are there for. That they're there so you don't have to use your mind. They're telling you use my mind, so they're getting paid to speak their opinion, and we just take their opinion, run with it, and we don't use our own opinion. So again, we see things on social media. A lot of times when it's news, it's facts a lot of times. But when it's, information about something we don't know about, look up some more stuff on Google, look up some more stuff on maybe another social website. Look up something on another news related website or app, right? Just second, give it a second opinion. Thank y'all so much. We love y'all. Definitely. This is Let's Talk About It always. I know this is great information. It's going to be posted on the YouTube, so it can always be here. It's great information. I love me sharing it. I had fun today. I feel like it's useful and impactful no matter what. And we thank you all. You could have been anywhere else in the world. We love it. We love you. Let's do it time and time again. This is every Thursday. Let's talk about it, and let's talk about what's real. DM me if you have any topics. DM me if you want to be interviewed. We taking all that. And again, if you want to know about the stock market, boom. You want to know about investments, boom. We're giving out $20 just to give you an analytical investment report about your direction, where you want to go. All it's taking is $20 to change your life. And not $20 is $19.99 to control. To change your life. Like I said, control, to change your life and guide you upon that good investment that suits you. Again, you want your taxes being done. BB Tax Connection is doing it big. Cash advancements is January 2nd. Let's get it in. BB Tax Connections is one who is giving you a piece of her mind. I'm talking about not only just doing your taxes, but educating you while you're sitting there in the office, educating you on your meeting. Let's get it in, people. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in. We have a marketing team right here with us as well. Anything marketing, anything advertisement, we got it down packed. We got apparel doing that, everything and everything. Listen, we're doing some big stuff. We're like a one-stop shop, and I'm loving it. Listen, we're here for you. Just give me a call. See what we provide. See if you like it. What's wrong with it? How can you lose out on a call? But other than that, people, have a great end of the year, great beginning of the year. Don't forget to give all the praises to the Most High always. He deserves it all, or you deserve it all, because those praises help you out. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Much love, always love, much love. Follow me, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Let's subscribe to the YouTube as well, JF Investment and Consultant. Always, y'all have a great night, a great end of the year, a great beginning of the year. And I'm pouring my love to y'all, man. Y'all be in peace and be safe and just do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Much love, much love, much love. She loves space. Oh, she loves peace. Oh my goodness. Much love. Much love. We miss you. We said a lot. Again, it's going to be on our YouTube. This was very, very extremely impactful. This was very, very extremely impactful. This was knowledge that like 40. Yeah. Happy New Year, fam. For real, man. This is 40 minutes of just straight good knowledge about social media. You know what I mean? About, you know, our kids, man. We got, again, the moral of it all is that, wow, man, the moral of it all is that we got to give more time to ourselves, to our children, because the social media, man, is raising them, man. Whether we're allowing, whether they're being raised on their own from it, or that we're not giving enough of sensory, right? That's, you know, I just made up a word, maybe. We're not giving enough of sensory towards what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? So it's either they're getting on it behind our backs, or we're not even regulating when we can. And these social media sites are giving them information. They're giving information that perhaps we wouldn't give them, or we disagree totally. But again, you know, their minds are young. A lot of times they're not second guessing this information. And a lot of times they're not trying to combat or debate this information. And then thirdly, a lot of times they're not putting their minds and letting their minds click and say, does this make sense? And then fourthly, a lot of times they're not coming to us and asking us about this. In my household, they are doing that. You know, they're asking, hey, is this true? And I love that. Hopefully in your household as well. But that's the more of it. That's more of what is social media. It's banned. Should it be banned in your own house? If not, put some censor on it. If not, let's take a look at what they're looking at. If not, hey, man, be afraid and fearful for the future. You know what I'm saying? Be afraid and afraid and fearful for their tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to leave you with this. Imagine it. Think about it. The government is banning TikTok from United States. They're banning it on all government devices because they're trying to protect national security. If it was all good with TikTok, why would they try to be banning it? If everything was something wrong with TikTok, something is wrong in this TikTok space that they are banning it. What's wrong, what they see is that first of all, it's coming from another country. Secondly, we put in a lot of mess on there. We're using it as entertainment. We're using it as information. But this is America information that they can take and use it as data. However, when you look at it like, hey, should we ban it? Should we ban it from our household? If we can't ban it from the United States, what about our household? If we're not banning it from our household, let's regulate it some type of way. Because again, all this information is not good information to the youth. The youth, I just gave you 4 reasons why. I just gave you 4 reasons why it's not all good for the youth. Our minds are developed. Our minds are 40, 30 years old. Their minds are not. So while we're trying to combat and raise them, you have their peers that can be against them and against us. And then you have social media that can be against them and against us. And so many other factors as well, especially as we go into low income families or even high income families. It don't matter. We can find some too. I'm not trying to, stereotype or put the money gap in between anything. Right. So much love. I hope that's understood. Give me a DM, man. Shoot me a text. Call me. My phone number is on his Instagram, man. Hit me up. I'm here. But we love you, man. Totally. I felt this was relevant and it's good stuff. Share with your peoples always, man. Y'all stay in a state of peace, and we'll be here on Thursday again. And again, last but not least, we're here on Tuesdays as well with Untied Laces with It's the Prince 305. And of course, Miss Landa. We're here, man, giving out that good information. Beat up, support. And gather this information. We're going where no man dares to go. I say anything on what they gonna do. Come get me. What you gonna do? Come get me. I ain't hurting nobody. Come get me. So we're gonna talk about anything and everything we want to, family. And hopefully you be there. All right. Love you. Share. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Let's do this. All right, y'all. Stay in a state of peace. Much love, and give all praise to the Most High with love.